Hi, yes. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today, this is the very first part. So this will be episode 1 of the series Adulting. So today we're going to be talking about what exactly is adulting. So thank you for joining me, and stick with me to the end of the video. Yeah. So, what is adulting? In the previous video, in case you haven't watched it, you can go down and watch it. But I drop the link to the previous video there, so you can go back and watch the previous video so that you catch up. We're going to be talking about adulting. Yes, what adulting is, and be able to navigate life as a young adult. And before we'll be able to dive into any topic, of course, we should know what is the context we're talking about. What exactly does it mean to be an adult, or what exactly does this adulting entail? So that's what I'm going to be covering in this very first video. What is adulting? Okay, let's get some background. Everybody knows when we want to classify people, especially in the ranks of, I would say, maturity now. I know maturity is not always a function of age and all, yeah, but also maturity now because it's easier to explain it like that. You have toddlers, you have kids or children, or whatever you call them. Then we have teens, then we have adults, and then we now have senior citizens. Yep, those are the ones that probably need to be placed in retirement home. Unfortunately, some of them are still coming out because they want to be president of Nigeria. Crazy things. Anyway, so essentially, when we mean adulting, is like the indoctrination of teens into adult life. And I'm not talking about 16, 14 year olds, probably like in Nigeria, you get legal at 18. So from 18 to I'll say 18 to 25, that's a very critical moment in your life because you get to meet a lot of people, you have a lot of experience. That's like your youthful years, like 18 to I'm saying 18 to 28, because a lot of people get married around 28, 30, and then for them that's when they're settling down is. Yes. So adulting is basically navigating those parts of your life. Yes, navigating those parts of your life. um Adulting, for me, what an adult represents over every other age group is responsibility. Responsibility. And this is why. Because as kids, as toddlers, your parents are responsible for you. Even as teens, to a very large extent as teens, your parents are responsible for you. But as an adult, you're responsible for everything you do. Yes, I'm going to drop a link to, I write on my blog, like I've said, that you guys know. So I'm going to drop a link below to an article I wrote about adulting. It's called Adulting 101. And then the needs of an adult. Talked about financial needs, emotional needs, physical needs, spiritual needs. Yes, because as an adult, you are responsible for yourself. And it's crazy because we now these days see a lot of adults with an entitled mentality. And that's just weird. There is a level where your life is now in your hands, in the sense that you're now being held accountable for the actions you make, the decisions you make. It's not on any other person else. And I'm not saying this to negate the trauma that people go through. No, people have very traumatic childhood experiences, things that ultimately are embedded in their behaviors. So when you see the way they act, things they do, you see some level of some flawed characters in them because of past traumas, because of who hurt them, because of how their family was. Maybe they didn't have dad, they didn't have mom, they didn't have certain things, or you just see some traits, maybe the way they treat people in their relationship, which is just a projection of how they were being raised and all of those things. But this is the thing: when you become an adult, right, you take responsibility for yourself. This is why I have a major issue with anybody that believes in zodiac sign. This is my major issue with them, because besides the fact that it's just basically idolatry, we can go into that later. Yeah, go into that later. But It's you giving, it's you not taking accountability for yourself. Telling yourself, I'm toxic because I'm Virgo, I don't know, I like the sun because I'm this, I bond well with people born. Like, how can you connect your behavior to the months you've been born in and you believe it? You think it's something empowering. You don't know that's one of the easiest ways to be gullible. Because all I have to do is just know your star sign, and then I just ram you through with a bunch of lies that appears what you believe is your star sign speaks. But the thing about being an adult is that you're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for your financial needs. You have to start taking care of yourself. Earn money, spend the money you make, living within your means. You're responsible for your emotional needs, attachments to people, whether you are single or you're not single or you're in the trenches or you're in the streets. It's all on you. I was talking with someone, and it's really difficult for single people. Like, at that point, I didn't want to be single. And I was like, I need to get into a relationship and everything. Like, okay, I go right. I'm like, I don't really got like that. And then what she said always stuck with me. She said, you see, so that's on you. That's the truth. That's on you. Because if you don't go out, you don't get to meet people, and you don't meet people, you don't get to satisfy those emotional needs. Made to be connected with people and everything, but anyway, right now my head is an adult, right? You're responsible for your physical needs. You're not going to have your parents or your guardians or whatever they are, your old folks, come and meet you and tell you, you need to wash your clothes, you need to do this, you need to wake up in the morning, you need to go to church. Like every single thing that you do, your attitude, you're responsible for it. So any step you make, any decision you make, whatever the outcome is, it is 100% on you. That is what it is to be an adult. Sometimes we want to put blame for why we are failing at certain things. We want to push it to other people. We want to justify why we're not doing as good as we should be doing, and then put the blame on other people and say it in such a way that it makes us feel good. Like, more if my parents been get money. As long as you've crossed my personal beliefs, right? As long as you're 18, like for instance, now in Nigeria, that's a legal age. That's the age where you can sign contract yourself, document yourself. As long as you've crossed that age, right, you need to start thinking like a matured person. You need to start thinking about your life, because that's the part where you're now responsible for yourself. Every single decision you make is going to build up to something. It might not look like it in the moment, but it's building up to something. Every single time you lie on your bed and you're unproductive, it's building up to something. Every single time you step out and you go out and try and do something, try something new, even if it doesn't give you the result that you think you wanted, it still is building up to something. So at that point, that's a very critical point where you have to come to realize that, okay, bro, I'm responsible for my life. Okay, let me settle down, make a plan. How do I want my life to turn out? At that point, you have to settle down as girls and think, okay, more babe. I don't know how girls talk, man. I'm just spitballing. I don't move around a lot of girls. I don't know. But anyway, point is this: it's a time where you have to be accountable for yourself. It's not a time to start messaging people, be doing urgent 2K up and down. Anyway, that's not adulting is meant for. It's a time for you to build your life, because this is the thing a lot of people don't understand. People don't forget, because those periods of your life, right, for a lot of people, like some psychologists believe that the ages of 16 to 26, if I find that research, I'll put it in the comment section, from 16 to 26, around that range are very critical moments of our life, because you meet a lot of temporary people. They tell me like it make it or break it season. because a lot of things can easily go right and a lot of things can easily go wrong in that season. And then thinking about the way our environment is right now. I'm using Nigeria as an example because I'm in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. I'm a proud Nigerian. Thinking about how our environment is right now, just look at how it is. We've been plumbed into recession by old men that should be retired. There's a lot of things around that is enough for you to push the blame on someone else. And we are in that our season where every single decision you make, every single thing you do is going to build up to something. So if you just settle down and give in to just what the society is just telling you instead of trying to go the extra mile, you won't get an extra result. You will just get exactly what the society is giving. And what the society is giving right now is nothing but shege. Everybody they see shege. Shege just they go around like this. Everybody they see shege. We don't graduate from heartbreak before they serve breakfast everywhere. Everybody correct breakfast. They like national cake. Now national cake, everybody serve breakfast. You understand? But now shege. We see shege today. You would think say this is the height of shege we don't see. We'll see another one. We'll see another shege. The progression is like shege, shege. Like there's no limit to the shege you can see. Do you understand? And then this is a critical point in life for for a lot of us. Some of us are eating ahead that ASU is going back to ASU is called off the strike. Yeah, so people are going to be going back to school and all of those things. Yeah. So it get plenty things. I don't switch to pidgin. It get plenty things where they go around. You understand? Where they enough, me you tell yourself, say, I know they do again today. I don't tire. I don't do na scam abi. Ma give another person my wala. But you work like that. You get, because adulting is right. It's responsibility. Taking responsibility for yourself. And the truth is, it's not easy. It's not easy to take responsibility, to be accountable, for the words you say, for the things you do. To be accountable, to be disciplined. I found out that discipline is something that is lacking in this generation. We have social media, we have a lot of things, but discipline in our religion, in our finances, in our diet, in our health. Discipline is one thing that is lacking. And that just shows how irresponsible we are of our own decisions. That's the truth. Because taking responsibility and accountability for your life, it's not easy. You're going to answer first to yourself every single action that you've done. Every single action that you don't have to wait for somebody to scold you. You're not going to wait for somebody to now tell you what you did. It's like you first be the judge of yourself before every other person judges you. When you make a step, you first be the judge of yourself. You first judge yourself first. That's responsibility. You make a mistake, you own up to it, and you move on. You're not ready for relationship. Instead of going up and down and leaving trays of breakfast and being a very toxic person, take responsibility for yourself. Settle down. Grow yourself. Let me tell you, young men, this is a secret. See, for guys, women don't chase men that chase women. Do you understand? That's the one thing that, as a man, if you are chasing, a woman cannot chase you for it. Because everybody wants to be attached to something of value. I don't want to go off topic or anyway. Everybody wants to be attached to something of value. So the moment you're not making value, nobody's going to be attached to you. That's just the truth. And it goes both ways, girls and guys. It goes both ways. Once you don't have value, nobody wants to be attached to you. And the only way you can have value is when you take responsibility for your life. You put in the work. If you need to hit the gym. All those stacks of X-rated material you have on your system, clear them. You know, a child. Clear them. Honestly, I don't know why this is funny, but yeah, really clear them. Work on yourself, right? You need to get your finances back in check. Get it back in check. Don't spend all your data on TikTok, on YouTube, on IG, scrolling through different girls, take responsibility for your life. Yeah, it sounds like I'm being too serious here. Oh, but guy, now the truth be that if you see, even if you meet all those guys, but see, those guys that you see online, but recently catch crews, those musicians, those comedians who you like business and more boss, their life looks very happy. And if you see, even if na Sabinos you go meet, on a brain jota, go meet them, we get one-on-one conversation with some of them. I'm privileged to have one-on-one conversations with people like that. But go meet them, maybe chook you some kind yarns. You go know say wetin they see online and wetin with their real life. Are two different things because those people are serious with their life. But you go dey steady. You go dey catch cruise. Now this kind catch cruise attitude. Now wetin from Nigeria to wetin dey like this because nobody wants to take responsibility and accountability for things that they've done. It's just being children putting out childish statements on the internet saying childish, insipid things. But if we understand that as adults, the core of being an adult is responsibility. I wrote a book one time. I'm not sharing this. I wrote a book one time, but I've been feeling a little bit insecure about the quality of the book. So people have said I'm a good writer. I don't know. I have to let people judge. Yeah. But so I've not put out a book. But one day I'll put out the book because I was having a conversation with a friend and then he was telling me how he's a very, very good friend. And I'm sure I'm going to see his comment there. Once he comments there, I'm going to put him off. A good friend. Let me just make sure his name. Okay. Peter. And was telling me how one thing about writing is your first issue is not going to be as good as your second issue and everything like that. Guy takes responsibility for his life. So it's someone I don't admire. Responsibility. Sometimes we think our life is not turning out the way we want to just because something is wrong somewhere in the universe, but sometimes it's because we don't take responsibility for our life. We don't take action for it, and it's really, really difficult. Trust me, it's very, very difficult. Some of us say, okay, I'm an introvert, I don't go out, I don't do this, but then you're not having opportunities because you're not going out. So then when you go out, you have opportunities. And when I mean go out, I mean like interact with people and up, responsibility. The best thing anybody can do to you is to advise you. Nobody's going to come and live your life for you. That's the truth. So adulting is responsibility and accountability. Take responsibility for your life. That means take actions, do things, and when you make mistakes, call yourself to it as accountability. I like the Bible, not just the fact that it has its contents are original and all of those things, but I like the Bible because when you read it, you would get wisdom from it. It's a part in the Bible I love, and it said, write the vision down, make it plain on tablet so that anyone that sees it runs with it. That is responsibility. That's responsibility and accountability. Because when you write it down and stuff like that, it brings you back to your memory so that anybody that sees it runs with it. So when you see it again, you run with it. Responsibility. That is the core of adulting. So yes, thank you for watching my YouTube video today. I want to please in the comment section, right? Just drop whatever thing you feel like I should have said that I didn't say, or you have questions, you have issues with what I've said, or you have something you want to chip into what adulting is, or you just generally want to share your experience about what adulting is, right? You can just drop it in the comment section. Yes, drop it in the comment section. That'll be nice. And yes. Before I start seeing the next video, more. If you reach this part of the video, just subscribe, right? Like the video, share the video, right? And comment on that. Help me with the YouTube algorithm. Drop my Gmail accounts on that. So in case you want to reach me, you have things you want to tell me, you don't want to drop it online in the space, and maybe you have things you feel like I should talk about, or you have experiences you want me to talk about, I can always read it and then we'll talk about it. Yeah. Thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Okay. I have absolutely no idea how to dance, so that was embarrassing for both of us, for you to watch and for me to do. So, guy, bye bye till the next video.